Now, the winter of walkouts is set to escalate, with Border Force staff at several airports the latest group of workers to announce industrial action over the Christmas period.
It comes as ministers say they're considering new laws to restrict strike action. Nurses, paramedics and rail staff are also set to walk out in the coming weeks. Mark Nobel has this report.
More turbulence this Christmas. Add to the list of those already taking industrial action this month 1,000 Border Force staff at one of the busiest times of the year for travel. With disruption expected to affect many thousands of passengers flying into Birmingham, Cardiff, Glasgow, Gatwick, Heathrow and Manchester for 8 days from the 23rd of December throughout Christmas until New Year's Eve.
I've never seen a build-up to the festive season that looks so bleak. Millions of people are going to have their Christmas travel plans on the trains wrecked by the many days of strikes. And if you manage to get to an airport, well, you could find that your flight is disrupted because of the UK Border Force strike. All I can say is good luck, everybody.
Heathrow has warned passport checks may take longer on strike days, as around 3 in every 4 officials that check your passport are likely to strike. Their union boss says the action is necessary.
We, like nurses and teachers and paramedics and other people in the public sector, have no option other than to take industrial action because our members currently are skipping meals, not being able to put the heating on at home because of the poverty they're living in.
The issue at the heart of these strikes is pay and working conditions. And as the cost of living crisis deepens, with rising food and heating costs, striking border staff, nurses, paramedics, rail workers and Royal Mail employees all want their wages to keep up. The Prime Minister is now considering tougher new laws, which would see some public worker staff, such as firefighters and paramedics, banned from going on strike, or more limited in their impact, similar to outright bans already in place for police and prison guards. But any new proposals aren't expected to take effect anytime soon and will be unlikely to prevent disruption to services before Christmas, including for anyone needing to visit a hospital, take a flight, train or send a letter. Mark Lobel, BBC News.
Well, let's speak to Mark now, who's outside Heathrow Airport for us this morning. Morning to you, Mark. Let's focus in on air travel for a moment. A lot of people asking themselves, just what will the practical effects be?
Morning, Charlie. Well, the first thing, perhaps unsurprisingly, that the Home Office is saying is that for hundreds of thousands of passengers returning to the UK in airports like the one behind me, they're to expect longer queues at passport checks. Now, the government has been training up troops to stand in, but I don't think there's going to be enough of them and they may not process passports as fast. So to expect longer queues. And the second thing is that when passengers, before they come to the airport, should check for flights being cancelled. And that's the other danger, is that flights might be cancelled as a result of this. Now, if they are, passengers are entitled to get the airline to rebook them, even on another airline, as soon as possible to get to their destination and cover hotel and meal costs if necessary. This has all prompted the government to consider really toughening up new legislation to either ban services from striking, as is the case for the police and for prison officers at the moment, maybe to extend that to ambulance workers and firefighters, or to just limit the amount of disruption that can take place on a strike day. But with those changes only expected at the earliest next year, this Christmas is looking tough for many people.
At the moment, thank you very much.